We are the Tom and Trey Show.
That's right.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Tom.
Cool, cool. So this is a neck pickup sound. And if I roll that back, almost sounds like a clean amp now. That's the gain all the way up.
Yeah, this one
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's completely spooled.
I guarantee most amps don't do that, or don't feel like that.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but that's just like what this does. So, so play it like that and then spool it up like you're going to play a lead.
Yeah, cool. So.
So now we've hit that first pretty good. So I want to keep going though. I want to spool up the second one. So we're going to take this individual channel volume, so to say. I'm going to drop this just a little bit because I'm certain when we hit this overdrive, it's going to bring some substantial volume. Yeah. So basically, we're going to add the overdrive to this nice, already saturated, dirty channel.
Yeah. So. That gives you already a good soloist, right? You might be clipping a little bit. It sounds so good, I don't want to stop it either. It sounds
keep rolling, man. So I gotta say,
so good,
it does, man. And we have this spooled up really, really hard, and the amp is really quiet. When I say that, I mean the preamp section is really spooled up.
Yeah.
With that being said, and people, nobody's going to know exactly how loud it is in here, but it's a very good rocking volume. I can tell you that.
That's for sure.
And the amp is on roughly, I'm going to say 2 on the master. Not even that. I guess about 2.
Yeah.
So you have so much left in this thing.
It does. It does.
Now the interesting part I'd like to try, just for the science of it, is actually we have. I want to leave the gauge channels where they're at. So the first gain is pegged. The overdrive is probably 80% of being pegged. But then I want to raise the output of that stage volume and then lower the masters, because sometimes
there's a different sound.
There's
right?
going to be a different sound. So
Yeah.
let's find it, man.
And I usually, when I play this, gig it, I usually run this only here and this about here. But we can definitely spool it.
Yeah, I think just
And
because I think
people-
just to get the max the sound of what this is capable of.
Yeah.
Some of them other sounds, there's amps out there that get saturated and stuff. It's
They
all
can
cool.
do that stuff. Yeah.
But I thought, let's just peg it out like you got your foot on the throttle all the way.
Yeah.
And let's let it cut it loose, man.
Amen. So let's give that a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want without the
sure.
overdrive first.
Yeah.
Right? So.
So I have that whole thing
All the
pegged,
way up,
pretty
yeah.
much pegged, and then the master is about one if that, but it's pretty cranking in
That's
here.
a
It's
cool
loud.
sound, though.
It is. You got cut them loose, Basically, we're just trying to let it breathe all the way to that last section of the masters. Interesting enough, though, this is not post-phase inverter masters, and
Really?
which is, a lot of those are really light, because then you get the phase inverter gets driven really hard, and then you tailor that pre-power tube. But that's not how this is. These preamps are actually adjusted by those masters, and then that's fed to the to the phase inverter. And that's why when we talked, I thought it'd be interesting to have a post-phase inverter master, because then you would get the
push of that.
clipping of the phase inverter.
Wild.
So that is the hardest working tube in any amp. So
That's so interesting.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's just cool stuff. But
I wonder how the Mark 1 is. I wonder how the MK50H is, because that's a different thing,
it might be different in the preamp or something. I don't really know, but it seems like this is the master that he likes. Which
Yeah,
is
okay.
Which is good. I mean, it sounds great.
It does
works.
sound great, yeah.
Interesting enough. Not to over talk the scenario.
But it does sound different with that too,
Yeah, it's actually pretty close. It was closer than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to get a lot thicker and less, not dynamic, but lose some clarity in the whole saturation. I know there's odd terms, but
Yeah.
sometimes when things are spooled up, they can get overly spooled. And I was just wanted to see, can we push it to the point till we go, it's getting a little flubby or whatever. But
Yeah.
no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing amp, and you know what? They should make more of them. That's all I can say.
Amen.
And I hate to say that, but I'll get it back to normal here. But I think that if I was, and I am not, but if I was Victory, I would put this out again.
I would too. And I sent Martin a message, and I said, what would be a really cool idea? They released the MK Overdrive. Release all of your Cornford things onto the MK line.
Yeah, and they don't even have to be. I would just be happy with this one.
That's what
I
I
don't
mean.
have to have all of them, but it's just pick one. This was the flagship, and just and make a name for it. It would be called the Victory Iconic Series.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you would have this circuit available to the public again, because it really is that good.
It is that good.
And the cool part is it's simplistic in a very ingenious way.
I agree.
So not that the MK Overdrive is a fantastic amp.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is
but
incredible.
This is more than I need.
Yeah.
And
It's got more than most people need, right?
Yeah. And what was that other dude's? We used his Cornford one.
Yeah, Rick's Cornford. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that one there was great as well.
That's an MK50H. Yep.
So that is the single channel.
That's a single channel.
So I
but
wonder
it
if the
still
two is the single channel.
still has the overdrive button.
Right.
Right.
It just doesn't have the clean channel.
Exactly. Yeah, but it does have a lot high and low input.
Well, you know what? We just showed that you can roll the volume out and get a pretty substantial clean channel, because I don't like clean, super clean,
Yeah.
because it helps cover my mistakes. Be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I think it sounds better too.
Yeah, so you're getting a little more things. So
it is special for sure.
well, they should do that. I'm nobody to tell anybody what to do, but if it was me, I'd have an iconic series, and it would be this amp.
Amen. It's and I think the MK Clean they have now, they have the MK Overdrive, and I wouldn't doubt that we're going to see. There's a lot of talk about the MK Clean and how good it is, and on both of these amps, the MK Overdrive, and I think they're going to try to push some of those amps, which I would guess this is so sought after. He knows people have been bugging him about.
Well, so think about this, okay? So you've got to look at the affordability factor as well. So that MK Overdrive is not a working man's amp. I mean,
That's right.
not. I'm not gonna, at my level, I'm not gonna buy that amp.
You're right. It's expensive.
It's not that I wouldn't like to, but let's make something production wise. And they are. I know they do. I know like the Kraken and all these other ones they got, but
just this, right?
I would make this.
Yeah.
And maybe some of their amps are that way. I don't really know.
Well, I know the. Let me think about the line real quick. So, the closest probably is the Jack, which we have here,
Okay.
and that is kind of this amp. I mean, it's close. It's got like a crunch channel and a clean channel,
Yeah.
and a heavy channel.
And I looked at the Sheriff 100 as well.
That's supposed to be really good
Yeah,
too.
that was cool. But
It's not identical though, right? That's
well,
the
it's
whole
not
thing.
really that. But I was amazed at the size of his amps. I love them, but I still like this size.
I know.
And you
Yeah.
know what? And now I don't. It's not. Their design's incredible, and I was amazed with the reasoning behind them. And but I like the space in between the knobs.
I do too.
I want an amp. You know.
I love this format.
Yeah,
I will
so-
always love this format, sitting on a 4x12 or a 2x12.
So for guys like me that are not concerned about putting the amp in the overhead,
That's right.
just make the old plywood box,
I
right?
know it, right? Make the iconic
Which I thought
series.
was great. I did think that was the fantastic reasoning.
Yeah.
When he said, well, it fits in the overhead.
Well, think about it. A lot of people talk about guitars and traveling, but what people don't understand is when you get to the gig, most times you have this terrible amp you're going to play on. And I would say I'd almost rather have the good amp and the crappy guitar.
Yeah, you go somewhere and get a guitar anywhere.
That's right.
But the interesting part is, and the other part I thought was ingenious was, if you look at how many amps over the years have been stolen at airports, it's incredible.
It's
so I thought,
incredible. Yeah.
you know, especially all through the 70s and 80s. Even Eddie Van Halen's amps were stolen in Japan.
Yeah.
So
That's nuts, isn't it?
you think, let me tell you another one. Merle Haggard's equipment was stolen in Texas,
Really?
and he
Pissed.
he called Bakersfield up, and he called the Hells Angels, and
Let's get to the bottom of
he
this.
said, I'm Merle Haggard, and my equipment was stolen here in Texas or whatever, and whoever answered the phone said, let's look into it.
They found
Next
it.
day, that gear was there. That's a true story, man.
That's so good, though, because the truth is they knew. They knew somebody who knew, right?
Well, they figured they could find out one way or another.
Real
Well,
quick, like.
Now, this was a story that there was another channel on YouTube that they gave this story, so I'm paraphrasing the best I can. But the end result was his gear was stolen, and the end result of that was the Hells Angels got it back.
That's right.
So that's all that matters. And ultimately, it shows that there's unfortunately gear thieves. So it shows the importance of the being able to put it in the overhead.
That's
You
right.
Get on the airplane, your amp's right above you.
I can't wait to, I hope they send it to me. It's a little lunchbox head with the lunchbox speaker cab. Did you see that picture? I
I've
sent
been
you?
seeing some cool stuff. Yeah, man, I saw the whole row of them,
Did you see that?
and I
come
would
on.
love to have that.
I know.
That was incredible.
You got a different flavor for for everything.
So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I have one of those Marshall micro stacks that I always thought was really cool. It's just like a miniature stack, and so they could go one further and make a slant and set that head on, and it looked pretty legit.
So cool, yeah.
So anyhow, enough about that stuff.
Oh, it's
But,
awesome, yeah.
But now it's a killer, and I
Yeah.
think that should be introduced to the public again.
I brought a Charvel to run through it too.
Do it, man.
Yeah, if you want to hear some rock guitarisms, and,
I do.
because that's a little heavier sounding pickups.
Yeah, let's do it.
I brought the Guthrie Charvel. I thought it'd be fun.
Thank you.